Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
My name is Rosalind, and for the past 5 years I've worked for Apex Biohazard Cleanup. It's not a glamorous job. Most days it's just clearing out hoarder houses, sanitizing after a particularly messy accident, or handling industrial spills. You learn to compartmentalize, to see the mess without really seeing it. But nothing, absolutely nothing, prepared me for Sector Delta 7. The contract came through last month, highly classified, top-tier clearance. An abandoned government research facility, tucked away in the remote foothills, designated for complete erasure from all records. Brenda, my partner, was thrilled. Said it probably meant big bucks. I just had a bad feeling. The air felt heavy even before we arrived. Sector Delta 7 wasn't just old. It felt ancient, despite its brutalist architecture. Concrete bunkers half swallowed by overgrowth, humming with a low, ghostly resonance. Inside, it was a maze of sterile corridors, rusted equipment, and dusty labs. We spent days just mapping it out, cataloging sealed containers, before we even got to the weird stuff. It was in sublevel 3 that we found it. A circular chamber, clearly built to contain something powerful, now just a decaying husk. And everywhere, coating every surface like fine glitter, was this iridescent, shimmering dust. It wasn't just dust. It pulsed faintly, catching the light like tiny, suspended galaxies. It smelled like ozone and old pennies, sharp and metallic. Brenda, ever the curious one, reached out and swiped a finger through it. "Looks like space pixie dust," she joked, wiping it on her jumpsuit. I was more cautious. I felt a prickle on my skin, an odd resonance in my teeth just from being in the room. Among the detritus, I found a leather-bound journal. The name Dr. Zehnder was embossed on the cover. His entries were initially meticulous, scientific notes on something called Project Chronos, experiments in temporal energy and molecular stabilization. Then they devolved. Ramblings about the currents, the great river of time, and terrifying sketches of distorted figures, bodies stretched and warped like taffy. Over the next few days, Brenda started changing. She complained of vivid, hyperreal dreams than not dreaming at all. She'd stare blankly at her reflection, muttering about seeing the flow. At first, it was subtle, a restlessness, an unnerving intensity in her eyes. Then it escalated. Her skin began to mottle, blotches of gray and sickly yellow appearing overnight. Her once vibrant red hair thinned dramatically, falling out in clumps. She picked constantly at her fingernails, then at her cuticles, as if something was itching beneath her skin. One morning, her hands looked like those of an elderly woman, wrinkled and translucent, her veins bulging blue beneath the surface. I was terrified. I kept my distance, wearing every layer of PPE, scrutinizing every inch of my own suit. But the dust was insidious. I remembered feeling that faint prickle in sublevel 3. One evening, after a shower, I saw it, a tiny, almost invisible speck of that iridescent dust embedded in a small, fresh scratch on my inner wrist. My blood ran cold. Brenda was nearly unrecognizable a week later. Her eyes were sunken deep in her skull, milky and unfocused, yet somehow piercing. Her movements were unnervingly jerky, fast then slow, like a broken animatronic. She'd fixate on me, trying to explain what she saw. "Rosalind," she rasped, her voice thin and reedy. "It's all happening at once. Everything, the beginning, the end. I can see the rot, the acceleration." She lunged, clawing at my face, screaming, "Open your eyes, see the decay." I managed to dodge her, tripping backwards. For a terrifying second as she thrashed, I did see a glimpse. The sterile white walls of the facility seemed to shimmer, blurring, then freezing, then blurring again. Brenda's face, for a split instant, aged decades before my eyes, then reset, then decayed again. It was a kaleidoscope of perpetual, rapid change, a horrifying visual of time itself accelerating everything to dust. I wrestled her into an improvised containment chamber, locking the reinforced door, my heart hammering like a trapped bird. She just pressed her face against the thick glass, eyes wide, seeing something I couldn't yet. Then she whispered, not with her lips, but somehow directly into my mind, a chorus of distorted echoes. "It's in you too, Rosalind. You're already catching up." I fled, sealing off the entire sublevel. Back in my own decontamination unit, I stripped away my gear, frantically scrubbing my skin. but the burning was already there, deep in my veins. My hearing felt too sharp, picking up the distant hum of the facility, the rustle of leaves outside, the frantic beat of my own blood. My vision flickered, and occasionally the world would seem to rush forward, then snap back, leaving me nauseous and disoriented. Dr. Zehnder's final journal entries came back to me. The temporal dust wasn't meant to cause decay. It was a byproduct of an attempt to slow molecular degradation, but it did the exact opposite, pushing biological processes into hyperdrive. It causes an organism to live out its entire lifespan in an impossibly short subjective time, while perceiving every agonizing nanosecond. I look at my hands now. The scratch on my wrist has aged, looking like a thin white scar from years ago, and there on my skin, just barely visible, are tiny shimmering motes of that dust, glowing faintly. The whispers are clearer now, echoing Zehnder's final, terrified plea. "It's already begun!" I feel a cold dread, a profound sense of rushing. I am a clock, and someone just pressed fast forward. I don't know how much time I have left. Every breath feels like a year. I just hope someone finds this before I become another forgotten wrinkle in time.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.